Introduction. Sometimes happiness feels lost, and finding it again is a long journey. This is the story of how I found my way back to happiness after a very dark time. Story. It was a cold, rainy morning when I realized I had been sad for weeks. The sky was gray, the wind blew strongly, and the streets were wet and slippery. I walked slowly to school, feeling heavy inside. I could not explain why I felt so low, but everything seemed dull and empty. I had lost my best friend Omar a few months ago. Our friendship had changed and I felt lonely. I tried to laugh, to smile, and to enjoy my hobbies, but nothing worked. My heart was heavy, and I did not know how to feel happy again. That day at school, I saw a small poster on the notice board. It said, "Happiness Workshop. Discover yourself and smile again." I read the words slowly. A small part of me wanted to ignore it, but another part felt curious. Maybe this could help. After school, I decided to visit the place. It was a small hall near the park, with colorful walls and soft music playing inside. People were sitting in chairs, smiling and talking. A woman greeted me warmly and asked me to join. Her name was Mrs. Sarah, and she said, "We are here to help each other find happiness, even after hard times." I felt nervous, but I took a seat. The workshop began with small activities. We wrote about our feelings, shared our thoughts with others, and listened to stories of people who had felt sad but found happiness again. I felt a small hope growing inside me. Mrs. Sarah asked everyone to close their eyes and think about a memory that made them smile. I thought about my childhood, playing with Omar and Rania, laughing in the park and sharing ice cream. A small smile appeared on my face. It had been so long since I had remembered these moments. We practiced small exercises to feel gratitude for life. We wrote letters to ourselves, listing things we loved, people we cared about, and moments that made life beautiful. At first it felt strange, but slowly I felt lighter. My heart felt less heavy, and the sadness seemed to move a little farther away. During the workshop, I met other people who had faced sadness, loss, or loneliness. They shared their stories, their fears, and their small victories. Listening to them, I realized I was not alone. Everyone has struggles, but everyone can find a way to feel happy again. After weeks of attending the workshop, I noticed changes in myself. I started smiling more, even at small things. I laughed with friends, enjoyed my hobbies, and started writing in my notebook again. The world felt a little brighter, and my heart felt lighter. I also learned the importance of small steps. Happiness does not come all at once. It comes slowly with patience, effort, and self-love. I learned to appreciate small joys like the smell of rain, a warm cup of tea, or a kind word from a friend. One day I decided to reconnect with Omar. I sent him a message, sharing my thoughts and telling him about the workshop. He replied warmly, and we met in the park. Felt natural to talk again. We shared memories, laughed at old jokes, and realized that friendship could grow again, even after sadness. Through this journey, I learned that happiness is not a destination. It is a process, a choice, and a practice. We cannot control everything in life, but we can control how we respond, how we nurture our hearts, and how we appreciate the small blessings around us. I also learned that seeking help is not a weakness. Attending the workshop, talking to Mrs. Sarah, and sharing my feelings helped me more than I could have imagined. Sometimes guidance and support from others are the key to finding our way back to happiness. Months later, I felt genuinely happy again. I smiled freely, laughed with friends, and appreciated life in a way I never had before. The sadness was still a memory, but it no longer controlled me. It had taught me strength, patience, and the importance of hope. Even now, when I feel a little sad or lonely, I remember the workshop, the small steps I took, and the journey I made. Happiness is always possible, even after dark times. It is inside us, waiting to be discovered, nurtured, and celebrated. My journey back to happiness taught me many lessons. To value small joys, to appreciate loved ones, to seek help when needed, and to be kind to myself. Most importantly, it taught me that happiness is a choice, and even after hard days, it is possible to find light again. Life is full of ups and downs, but every challenge is also an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to find joy. I am grateful for that rainy morning when I first saw the workshop poster. It was the beginning of my journey back to happiness, a journey that changed my life forever. Even today, I carry that lesson in my heart. Happiness is not perfect, and life is not always easy. But with patience, effort, and love, it is always possible to smile again, to feel warmth, and to live fully.